Yeah. So I'm here with Andrew Tang, who's the Guru at Morgan, strategy, model portfolio, etc., etc.
Thanks,
and you should have a look at Tangy's previous podcast, which I'll post. But Tangy, nuts and bolts, mate. It's been a bit of a frustrating rate on our market, and you've mentioned a sideways move. My question to you is, if I was a client, new client, had a 100% cash weighting, how would you deploy that at this point in time?
Yeah, at the moment, how our asset allocation is set up, we are overweight cash, and at this stage still overweight equities. We are underweight fixed income and bonds, just given we see some risk that US interest rates may move higher rather than lower, I guess, in the near term. So right now the market's pricing a rate rise in December. That's all but priced in. It is whether or not interest rates start moving a lot quicker before that. The Fed's currently pricing in 3 interest rate rises next year. And particularly if wage pressures start creeping up in the US, which we've seen from the last Barrels report, then that may prompt the Fed to tighten a little bit more. I guess they are moving on a path where they want to normalise interest rates quicker, so they have some spare capacity, particularly when things don't turn out the way we've hoped. So certainly see some risk that interest rates may.
So if I can pick on one little thing, and we heard from Schroders yesterday, and David was speaking about this Goldilocks scenario that we've been experiencing, and a bit more to come, obviously, and that's partly to do with central bank policies. My I suppose, interest is, if I'm an international investor and US markets, particularly technology, has done well, can I just get a bit of a comment on how you see those sort of markets and sectors sort of panning out over the next while?
There's obviously been a lot of talk about the FANG stocks and the valuations, but particularly in the US market. If you strip out the FANG stocks out of the S&P 500, you'd find that valuations are probably a lot lower than what the headlines suggest. So whilst we do see plenty of growth left, and there's plenty of reasons why you should probably have a place for technology stocks, particularly for an Australian investor, given our lack of international diversification for one in part of our market. We have very little exposure to IT, which is obviously one of the fastest growing trends in the world, so I still see a place for that. But just in the short term, we are I guess just concerned that rising interest rates may actually put a bit of a dampener on particularly fixed income, but on some of the equity markets around the world, just given valuations where they are. And we do think rising interest rates, particularly at faster than the market expects, may actually derail and start destabilising some of the...
That is one of the concerns there. Look, I've taken up more time than I wanted. I know you're a busy man.
No problems at all now.
Nav on the road with Tangy. Tangy, thanks again for your time, mate. It's always a pleasure.
Always.
And look forward to seeing you in Melbourne.
Excellent.
Thanks, mate.